All clear? So first of all, we are going to onboard some pending vEdges. We'll onboard CS later. Let's onboard all vEdges first. So I think in yesterday class, we had onboarded all the controllers like DC WAN is vEdge, then branch 1 vEdge 1, right? So today we are going to onboard branch 1 vEdge 2, branch 2 vEdge, branch 3 vEdge, and branch 4 vEdge, right? After that we'll move further. Okay, so how I will onboard this device? Branch 1 vEdge 2, tell me the process, steps, all step. Or if anyone want to do, I can give you the AnyDesk. You can also onboard it. Admin. So run system. I think I have configured this device also. Yeah. So let me access my vManage through GUI. IP was 192.168.1.20. By default username admin and password is also admin. So 3 WAN edges are online, right? Means DC WAN is branch 1, vEdge 1, vEdge 2. These are already live. So let's configure this WAN edge. WAN is of site 2. First of all, I have to make reachability to controllers. For that, I have to configure VPN 0. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Today we'll integrate MPLS also. Config T, VPN 0 and interface GE 0 by 0. No such and IP address. IP address 101.1.4.1/24. Then this interface should be tunnel interface, allow service all, allow service SSH and allow service netconf. I have allowed these all services here. Last thing, I need to configure one default route towards internet 0.0.0/0 and next hop IP address is going to be 101.1.4.2, which is running on internet router, and then commit the configuration. Now let me try to ping the controller, like I can ping vManage 100.1.1.1 and you can see ping is working. I can ping to CS server. I am able to ping CS server also. Why I am not able to ping CS server? What is the issue? Maybe default route is not configured here, right? Enable config T and do so IP route. Yes, default route is not there. So IP route 0.0.0. Is my screen visible now? Screen is visible to everyone, correct?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes.
Yeah, good. 100.1.1.100, which is the IP address of switch. Let me write the configuration, and now I am going to ping CA server from this vEdge, branch 2 vEdge, and you can see ping is working. Now tell me the next step. Next step, guys, I need certificate. So from here, where I will download the certificate? From the TFTP server, right? What command I will use? vshell and TFTP -z-r, and what is the name of my file? pki.ca, and the IP address of TFTP server. Even you can upload this file to any other TFTP server also. Make sure that TFTP server is reachable. Doesn't matter from where you are downloading the file. 100.1.1.4. Sorry. 4. Done. ls-l. Yes, I have this file now. Now we need to install this certificate. So to install this certificate, I will use command request root cert chain install and then home admin and pki.ca. So this command is going to install the certificate. Now tell me, what is the next step? CSR request, correct? For that, I will run command request CSR upload. Request CSR upload and then define the directory. So home admin, and then I am going to give same name csr.txt. csr.txt. Organization name PM confirm, done. Now we need to copy the CSR and need to take granted certificate from the CA server. So vcell here ls-l. Now you can see we have the CSR request. To open it, I can use more command, more and csr.txt. Here is my certificate. Let's copy the certificate. Sorry, CSR. And let me take you to CA server. Where is CA server? Here it is. On CA server, what command I will use, guys? Crypto PKI server, and then name of your server. You can write down these commands somewhere. Then request PKCS10 terminal, and here we need to paste the CSR. It will give me the granted certificate. Here it is. Let's copy it and let's paste it on branch 2 vEdge. Command is cat and cert.txt. Fine. ls-l. Here you can see the final certificate. Now we need to install it. So let's run command request, then certificate install home admin and cert.txt. Done. Now I can run command show certificate serial. So it will show me the chassis number and serial number. Here it is. I can use notepad. I need to paste this information to vManage. vManage and vBond. So request vEdge add and chassis number. Chassis number is this one. Let's copy it. Here I am not able to see serial number. BR2 vEdge. What happened? There is some error. Request certificate install home admin set.txt, that is fine. And so certificate serial, certificate not yet installed. vSale ls-l, we have the certificate, but we are not able to install this certificate here. Exit, request certificate installed, failed to install the certificate, error, root certificate unable to validate the certificate. And so we can repeat the process. vSale ls-l, here my CSR. So vSale, and let me open my CSR, more csr.txt. Let me copy it. Crypto PKI server, PKI request, then here command is same na, set.txt, and request certificate install home admin and set.txt. Failed to install the certificate. It is not okay. Wait, let me onboard this WAN is first. WAN is of site branch 3, and after that I will come on this again. So here there is some issue there. And if you want to reset the device, so I will tell you command to reset the device also, right? Like how to factory reset. Admin config tree, VPN 0, interface GE 0 by 0, no cert, and IP address. Here IP address is going to be 101.1.5.1/24. Tunnel interface, allow service all, allow service netconf, and allow service SSH. Then IP route 0.0.0/0 and 101.1.5.2, and then commit. Now let me try to ping the CA server 100.1.1.4. So run VPN 0, no cert, 100.1.5.2 correct, IP address 100, okay, here 101.1.1.5.1. (101.1.5.2). Not able to ping internet. their own IP address. Yes, it is able to ping their own IP address. Let me access the internet router, and here let's verify the IP. So IP interface brief. So IP on F4/0 is connected with branch 3 vEdge. So F4/0, 4/0 is not assigned here, you can see, right? So config T guys, interface F4/0 no set, and IP address 101.1.5.2 255.255.255.0. Let me write the configuration and show IP interface brief. Now you can see 4/0 is up. Let's close the internet, and now I am going to ping the CS server, and now you can see I am able to ping. So first of all, I am going to download the certificate tp-g-r, file name is pki.ca, and the IP address of server is 100.1.1.4, right? ls-l. Now I have the certificate, so I need to install it. To install, I will run command request root cert chain install and home admin and pki.ca. Now request CSR upload and directory home, again admin csr.txt, organization name PM, confirm the organization name PM, and vsell ls-l. We have CSR request, so more csr.txt. Let's copy this certificate and let me take you to CS server. On CS server, crypto PKI server, name is PKI, then a request and PKCS10 terminal. Here we need to paste the CSR, enter twice, granted certificate. Let's copy the granted certificate, and now again let me take you here on the vEdge device. And guys, now we need to install this granted certificate here. I will use cat command, cat greater than this one, and then cert.txt. Paste the certificate. Done. Now let's install it. Request certificate install home admin cert.txt. Fine. And show certificate serial. Still I am not getting serial number.
Oh no sir, actually I failed to install the certificate. The pop-up is
Okay, here I am getting error message. Not able to install the certificate. Error, unable to validate the certificate. Unable to validate the certificate. So crypto PKI server. Okay, status is disable here. Crypto PKI server time is not set, do so clock. Again we have same issue of clock here, right? So let me set the clock set. Yesterday we had set the clock, but I think I forget to write the command, or maybe again I have to set the time here. So hour is 9, then minute is going to be 24, second let's say 20 anything, and day is 27 October 2024. Then config T. Now automatically you can see certificate server is now enabled. So let's try to install now.
Sir, I think we have not configured the clock also on VHSs.
So that is not required here now. For now, later we'll do that. See, for factory reset here I can use command reset, request software reset, we can say software reset. Let's factory reset this device once and then I will try. Or we have the another option, we can uninstall the certificate also. Like here, let me show you. I can request root cert chain uninstall, and then home uninstall. Successfully uninstall the certificate. Now again I am saying install request root cert chain install home admin and pki.ca. Successfully installed. vcell ls-l. I have the CSR, so more csr.txt. Let me take the granted certificate again. Now go to CS server. Crypto PKI server PKI request PKC S10 and terminal. Paste the CSR. It will generate the granted certificate. Let's copy it and go to branch 3vh, not branch 3vh, branch 2vh, branch 2vh, and site.txt. Then exit and request certificate installed home admin and set.txt. Let me check if now it is working. Yes. Now show certificate and serial. This time we have the serial number and chassis number. So let's copy the chassis number. Let me paste it over here and then serial number. 0404. Copy. I'm going to paste this command on vmanage and vbond, and after that I will send to vsmart. So admin, paste the command. Let's access vbond also. Admin, paste. Let me take you to the GUI of vmanage. One vmanage device is down. We have some issue with one vmanage device here also. Like, we'll troubleshoot it. Which vmanage device is down? Branch 1 VS2 6.6.6 is down. No worry, we'll troubleshoot it later. Wait, first I need to send the information to vSmart. So send information to controller. Now I am expecting my branch 2 VS should be live over here on vmanage. Done. So devices, here we should have one more device, system IP. Okay, the system configuration is required now on this VS. So branch 2 VS1 config T, system host name is branch 2 BR2 VH1. Then guys, organization name is same PM, and side ID is here 2. System IP is 7.7.7.7. Then vbond IP is 100.1.1.3, and clock time zone is Asia Muscat. What was the time zone? Muscat or Kolkata?
Kolkata, sir.
Kolkata. And now I am going to commit it. So now you can refresh the vmanage here. Now you can see this device. And done. Devices. So we have now 4 vanish devices, and how many devices are all are online, right? So now let's onboard this vanish of side 3. Let me quickly run all the commands here. Branch 3 VS1 admin and admin config T VPN 0 interface G0/0 NUSET IP address 101.1.5.1/24 tunnel interface, allow service all, allow service SSH, and allow service netconf. Then IP route 0.0.0/0 and 101.1.5.2. Then commit. Let me ping the CS server 100.1.1.4. I'm able to ping tftp-g-r and pki.ca. Let me download the file from FTP server. So where you will run this command? In vCell. This is Linux command. Done. Now I'll ls-l. We have the file. Now we can install it. So request root cert chan install home admin and pki.ca. Done. Now we need to generate CSR. So request CSR upload home admin and csr.txt. Organization PM and again you can use vcell ls-l. We need to open it, this file. So more and csr.txt. Let's copy the CSR and go to root CA for the granted certificate. Again here I will use same command, crypto pki server and then pki request pkcs10 terminal and here paste the CSR. It will generate granted certificate. Here it is. Let's copy. We did same things many times, so now you guys can also do it easily. We are 3 here. I am cat then cert.txt. Paste the granted certificate, enter ls-l. So now we need to install the final certificate. Here it is. This is the final certificate. Right? This is the CSR request and this is identity certificate. So to install it, exit from here and run command request certificate install home admin and cert.txt. Done guys. So certificate and serial. So here is my CC number. Let's copy. Copy. We manage and we bond. Now after this step you should configure the system configuration first. After system configuration you can push the information to vSmart. So let me finish the system configuration here. System and host name. Host name is going to be BR3 and vEdge. Organization name PM, site ID 3, system IP 8.8.8, 8 vBond IP 100.1.1.3 and clock time zone I'm going to say Asia Kolkata and let's commit it. Commit. Now let me take you to vManage and here again I will go to configuration, then certificate and push the information to vSmart. devices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 WAN edge devices are online. Now I have one more vEdge, this one. So let me configure this one also very quickly. And this is, guys, not sure, like in real time your all WAN edge devices will be connected with both the transportation, internet and MPLS. It might be possible this side is only connected with MPLS, or this side is connected with MPLS and LTE or Metro Ethernet, right? So if you will not configure the restriction in color, then all the transportation will try to establish IPsec. Yesterday we had seen that. In my scenario, you can see all these WAN edge devices are connected with internet and MPLS, but this headquarter, this CSR router is connected with only MPLS, not with internet. So CSR router will establish IPsec with which color? Only MPLS, right? Let me configure this vEdge first. We'll see the CSR later at last. Admin and admin. Admin and admin. Config T, VPN, 0 interface. Again, G0 by 0 is connected with internet here also. No cert and IP address. What is the IP? 100.101.6.1/24. Terminal interface. Allow service all, allow service SSH and allow service netconf. Then IP route 0.0.0/0 and 101.1.6.2. Then commit. Here we can rename it to branch 4. Host name. Do ping 100.1.1.4, and guys, I am able to ping. So if I am able to ping, then I can download the pka.ca file. So let's download it. tftp-g-r and file name is pki.ca and IP address is 100.1.1.4. ls-l. To install it, request root cert chain install home admin and pki.ca. CSR, so request CSR upload, again home admin and csr.txt. Organization name PM, confirm organization name PM. CSR upload successfully, vcell and ls-l. So here we have the CSR file. Now more and csr.txt. Copy, go to CS server and crypto PKI server, PKI request PKCS10 terminal. Let's paste the CSR, get the granted certificate, copy the granted certificate, and on this vEdge we need to install it. So I have already vcell cat cert.txt. Done. Exit. Now install it. Request certificate install and home, again admin and then site.txt. Done. show certificate serial. Show certificate serial. Let's copy the chassis number. And 6. Copy. I'm going to paste it on vManage and vBond. This is my last vEdge device. Okay, and guys, I am expecting now onboarding of vEdge devices through this method is very clear to you all, because we onboard lots of devices. Now the second method, most of the process is going to be same when I will use my Windows server, right? Like then maybe you can use the WinSFP to upload the file from the Windows server to vEdge devices, but the command to install the certificate, to get serial number, and after that this command is going to be exactly same, right? The system configuration, VPN 0 configuration, reachability, those things will be exactly same. So what I will do for that, I will directly connect some vEdge devices to one switch, and to that same switch I will connect all the controllers and one Windows server. I will configure this Windows server as CA server, and here you can assume that this switch is nothing but the internet or MPLS. So we'll not have the transportation like the internet and these all things. Now we need to perform the system configuration on this device. So guys, for system configuration, let me access this device, config T, system, and I'm going to say host name. Host name is VS15, but here I will give name BR4 VH1, branch 4 VS1. Then organization name will be same. System IP is 9.9.9.9. Then I am going to configure side ID. Side ID is going to be here 4, and then vBond IP address. vBond IP address 100.1.1.3, right? And then clock time zone Asia, Kolkata, and commit. Done. We are done with all the vEdge's configuration and these controllers configuration. Now let me access this vEdge GUI and let's send the information to vSmart. So you can send information of all vEdge devices to vSmart at the last, after onboarding all the devices at once. Now let me show you the main dashboard. How many vEdge devices we will have on vManage? 1 data center, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the vEdge devices should be online. All 6 vEdge devices should be online. And guys, in real time you will have lots of vEdge devices, right? Maybe you will have 3 to 4 vEdge devices at one side. So you will see the 1500 vEdge devices, 1000 vEdge devices, 500 vEdge devices, right? And see the invalid is 0, warning is 0, everything is working fine. See, if I will click on this vEdge, so here I am able to see all the vEdge. This is vEdge of DC, BR4. These are the host name, right? Host name of devices. System IP, side ID, device model. These are vEdge Cloud, OMP, and BFD. Control connection, version, chassis number, serial number, and last update. Now let me ask you some question, guys. Let's talk about this. Any WAN is this WAN is. This WAN is will have how many control connection? DTLS connection. How many DTLS connection will be there? If I will run command show control connection over here, how many DTLS connection will be there? One with vBond, but that will be temporary. vSmart permanent and vManage permanent too. How many OMP pairing will be there?
Only one, sir. vSmart 2, vEdge.
OMP 1 between vSmart and vManage device. How many BFD session will be there? BFD 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes or no? All WAN edge devices are going to establish IPsec with each other for data plane. Correct? And inside the IPsec, which protocol will work? BFD. So let's verify these connection once. After that, I will configure MPLS first. Okay. So let me access any WAN edge device. Let's say branch 3 WAN edge. Guys, for the better output, I am going to reduce the size, font size. In the 9 only you can see the entire information. So branch 3 VS1, I have access of this VS, this one. Right? Now here I am going to run first show control connection command. Control connection. So see, one control connection with vSmart, right? And you are able to read the output like the side ID, peer system IP address, vBond system IP address. Protocol is DTLS. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Protocol is DTLS. Peer system IP address is system IP address of vBond. Then private IP address and public IP address. So both are same because I am not using any NAT device here. Color is, guys, state is up and uptime, and then same with vManage. Now so IPsec inbound connection. So see, IPsec with 6.6.6. Which device? 6.6.6. Here I have IPsec. This one. Yes. Then 7.7.7. Here we have IPsec. Then 9.9.9.9. Here we have IPsec. Why we don't have IPsec between this WAN edge device and DC? We should have two more IPsec connection here. Only 3. Let me access the DC router. Admin, and we can verify these all things from vManage also. From vManage also I have SSH access of all the device. So IPsec inbound connection. So here we have IPsec connection 4.4.4 and 5.5.5. So here we have IPsec only 4.4.4 and 5.5.5. The reason, guys, yesterday we had configured the color over here. What? Biz internet, here also biz internet. And on all these rest WAN devices, color is default. So if you will verify the TLOC, like on again branch 3 WAN, here I am going to run command show OMP TLOCs. So see the output. TLOC of 4.4.4, color is what? Color is biz internet, and color on G0/0 is default, and we had configured the restriction as well, right? So default and biz internet cannot establish IPsec. This is the issue. Got you? Have you got the concept, guys? What is the issue? Why we don't have IPsec here between DC and branch 3 WAN is? Because of color. If you will check TLOC of this WAN 7.8.8.8, see the TLOC of 8.8.8, 5.5.5, 6.6.6, 7.7.7 and 8.8.8. Here color is what? Default. So let's configure color biz internet on all the WAN devices. So first of all, branch 1 vEdge 2, VS1 vEdge2, here I have the access. Admin config T. We have IPsec with all the WAN devices where color is default, and IPsec between biz internet to biz internet. I don't have any IPsec between biz internet and default color, right? So do so run VPN 0 here. Here you can verify the color. Encapsulation is IPsec, and you can see I have not defined the color here, right? So by default color is default. Interface G0/0, VPN 0, interface G0/0, and tunnel interface, and then color, bitch internet, and then commit it. Now let me take you to branch 2 vEdge, here it is. Exit VPN 0, again I am saying interface G0/0, and tunnel interface and color, bitch internet, and I am going to commit. Then branch 3 vEdge. So where is branch 3 vEdge? Here it is. Config T, VPN 0, interface G0/0, tunnel interface and color, bitch internet, and commit. Then finally branch 4 vEdge. Here I have branch 4 vEdge, VPN 0, interface G0/0, tunnel interface and color, biz internet, and commit. Done. Now if you will verify the IPsec, see here on again branch 3 vEdge, I am going to show you the output of IPsec connection. So see, this time I have how many IPsec connection here? With 4.4.4, 5.5.5, 6.6.6, 7.7.7 and 9.9.9. So we have now IPsec here, and here, right? And inside the IPsec BFD protocol is running, so we will have same number of BFD session also here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 6 WAN edge devices are there. 4, 5, 6. Right? And so BFD session. So you can see the number of BFD session is also same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.4.4, 5.5.5, 6.6.6, 7.7.7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 IPsec and 5 BFD. Right? And so OMP peers. So OMP is with vSmart. So hope all the control connection is clear to all. Please confirm, guys. And here you can check the TLOC route, OMP route, so OMP route. So I am not receiving any OMP route because VPN 10 is not configured here on this WAN edge. VPN 10 is not configured. VPN 10 is running only on inside 1 and DC. Side 1 and DC. So let's configure VPN 10 on all the WAN edge devices first. After that I will configure the MPLS transportation. So branch 1 vEdge 2 here. I am going to check do so run and VPN 10. So not configure. Exit. VPN 10. Which interface you are going to add in VPN 10? Interface GE 0/2. This interface. Guys, if anyone is not getting what I am doing, then please stop me and ask. Otherwise, it will be very difficult when I will play with the policies or security or advanced things. So if anyone is not getting any single word, then please stop me, ask your dot, first clear your dot, and then only we'll move further. We are going to meet live for next 2 months, right? Every day we are going to learn the new topics. If your basic concept is not clear, then I can't teach you the advanced concept. This interface will be in VPN 10. Here I had configured IP.1, here I will configure .2, here I am running .10, and these all should be able to communicate with each other. In last class, here I had configured the OSPF routing protocol, and then we have redistributed OMP into OSPF. We'll do same thing on this WAN edge device also. So I have added the interface. Now I am going to configure IP address here. 10.10.1.2/24 and no shutdown. Exit. Now OSPF, so router OSPF area 0 and interface GE 0/2, right? Commit. Soon we will have OSPF neighborship between internal router and this WAN edge device. So do so OSPF neighbor. Here you can see we have OSPF neighborship. You can verify the routing table, so IP route OSPF. I am not learning any prefix. Yes, now you can see 192.168.10.0, 11.0 and 12.0, 10, 11, 12. Even I will be receiving this submit also. And on internal router, if you will check routing table, enable so IP route OSPF. So it is receiving data center prefix only from WAN is 1, right? Soon it will receive from WAN is 2 also. But you have to redistribute OMP into OSPF. What I told you in last class? By default, OSPF protocol is redistributed into OMP, but OMP will be not redistributed into OSPF. So here between vSmart and these WAN edge devices, we have OMP pairing. OMP. Here also we have OMP pairing, right? And here also we have OMP pairing, right? So data center, this router is going to advertise these prefixes. This WAN edge will advertise automatically. It will redistribute OSPF into OMP. It will advertise to vSmart. vSmart will advertise to WAN is branch 1 WAN is, branch 2 WAN is. But on branch 1 WAN is 2, I have not redistributed OMP into OSPF till now. So that's why this internal router is not receiving this prefix from this WAN edge. So let's redistribute it. On branch 1 WAN edge 2, go to VPN 10, and in VPN 10 I'm going to say router OSPF redistribute OMP protocol and commit. After running this command, I am expecting 2 paths for data center prefix in the internal router routing table. So let me show you the routing table again here. So IP route OSPF. Now you can see it is performing, guys, load balancing. It is performing load balancing, right? Now we can do one thing on data center internal router. We can advertise all the prefixes in OSPF here. Enable so IP interface brief. Loopback 1 is there. Interface loopback 2 IP address 192.168.101.1.255.255.255.0 IP OSPF network point to point and IP OSPF 1 area 0. Then interface loopback 3, and here I am going to define IP 2 dot and then IP OSPF 1 and IP OSPF network type point to point. I can change host name also. I can say DC R1 and then write the configuration. Now you can check again the internal router of branch 1. So IP route OSPF. Soon it will receive REST prefixes as well. This 10 dot 10 dot. This is the prefix. That means we don't have OSPF neighborship between internal router and this vEdge. So let me access vEdge of DC and do so run VPN 10. So run VPN 10. VPN 10 is here and OSPF is already running. So OSPF neighbor, we don't have OSPF neighborship, right? On internal router of DC is OSPF enabled. So IP OSPF interface brief. OSPF is enabled on F0/0, that is fine. Here also OSPF is enabled, so we should have OSPF neighborship, guys. Here why we don't have OSPF neighborship? Router OSPF area 0 and interface G0/2, that is correct. Here I have not configured the network type. Yes, any suggestion from anybody why we don't have OSPF neighborship here? Between internal router of DC and vEdge. Why I don't have OSPF neighbor? So IP OSPF neighbor. Debug IP OSPF hello. Sending hello message, it is not receiving any hello message. Ping 10.10.0.1. I'm not able to ping WAN edge device. So IP interface brief on F0/0 IP is 10.10.4.10. It should be 0.10. Config T interface F0/0 IP address 10.10.0.10 255.255.255.0 and write and all. Let me disable the debugging. And so IP OSPF neighbor. Now neighborship is in access start state. Wait for some time. Now full. Right. Now let me take you to the internal router of branch 1. Internal router of branch 1, BR1 internal router, and so IP route OSPF. Now you can see I am receiving all the prefixes of DC. Right, guys? 10.1.192.168.100.101.0, 102.0 and 40.0. I think the IP is still wrong on this router. So IP interface brief. Yes, here you can see on loopback 1 it's 40.1. It should be 100.1. Config T interface loopback 1 IP address 192.168.100.1 255.255.255.0 and write the configuration. Now again on internal router here. So IP route, yes. Right? Why these are external prefixes? Because it is learning from OMP. These are OMP prefixes, right? Redistributed. We have redistributed it into OMP. So IP route, and if you will open it in detail, like 192.168.100.0 and 255.255.255.0. So somewhere you can find metric type is 2 for 1 distance, this one via OSPF 1. Can anyone tell me how to find the source protocol? How to find the source protocol, guys? This is your question, because this is the question of traditional routing and switching. How to find the source protocol of this subnet? Okay. It is receiving from 6.6.6 also and 5.5.5 also. On data center internal router, you will see all the prefixes of branch 1. So IP route OSPF, you can see 10.0, 11.0 and 12.0. And now data center and branch 1 can communicate with each other. Ping 192.168.10.1 and I am seeing source 192.168.100.1 and see ping is working. In the same way, we need to advertise all these internal prefixes of all the sites. So let's configure VPN 10 on branch 2 vEdge. Branch 2 vEdge, here it is. VPN 10, in VPN 10 you are going to add interface GE 0/2, say no set here and configure the IP address. IP address over here 10.10.2.1/24 and I am going to enable OSPF here. So to enable OSPF, I will run command router OSPF area 0 and then interface GE 0/2 and let's commit the configuration. Now we need to configure internal router here. So let's configure this internal router. Say no. Oh, sorry, someone is waiting. Enable config T, host name, BR2 router, interface loopback 1 IP address 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0 interface loopback 2 IP address is going to be 21. Interface loopback 3 IP address is going to be 22. Then interface F0/0 no such and IP address 10.10.2.10 and 255.255.255.0 IP OSPF 1 area 0. I have enabled OSPF, and on loopback interfaces I am going to enable OSPF. Interface range loopback 1 to loopback 3 IP OSPF 1 area 0 and IP OSPF network point to point. Let's write the configuration. Now I am expecting OSPF neighbor here, so IP OSPF neighbor. Now neighbor is there, so IP route OSPF. Now you can see soon I will receive all the prefixes of branch 1 and data center, but I have to perform redistribution on this router. So again branch 2 VS1, and here I am going to say router OSPF branch 2 VH router OSPF redistribute OMP protocol. Now you can check the internal router of branch 2. So IP route OSPF. Wait. Okay, commit command is missing here. Commit, and now let me show you the routing table. Done. Look at the routing table very carefully. Are you receiving all the prefixes of branch 1 and DC or not? Any question, anybody? Any question till here?
No, sir, no from me. Thank you.
Great. Now see, you can verify the branch 1 internal order also. Here also we should have branch 2 prefixes. So IP route OSPF in branch 2 20.0, 21.0 and 22.0. So see 20.0, 21, 22. Can branch 1 and 2 communicate with each other? Ping 20.1.1.1 and source 10.1.1.1. Sorry, 192.168.10.1. 192.168.10.1. Ping is not working. Sorry, I have pinged wrong IP address. 192.168.20.1. Ping is working. Trace route 192.168.20.1 and source 192.168.10.1. From where traffic is going, guys? here I have two WAN edge device now. Here, right? WAN is branch 1 VS1, branch 1 VS2. So 10.10.1.1 is VS1, branch 1 VS1, right? Then traffic is going 10.10.1.2 VS2, right? And after that, directly you can see the IP address of branch 2 vEdge. 10.10.2.1 is this VS, branch 2 VS. Question is how this user is communicating with this user through internet directly or through vSmart. Directly through internet. Because we have IPsec exactly, right? Yes or no? We have IPsec
Yes, sir.
directly between VSS. So they are communicating directly. And you can even verify the TLOC for that. If you want to check, then you can check the TLOC. Like on branch 1 VS. See branch 1 VS. Whenever branch 1 VS will receive traffic where destination is 192.168.20.1, what will happen? Branch 1 will check their routing table, so IP, route and OMP, right? So IP, route. Which device it is? This is branch 3 VS1, branch 1 VS1, branch 2. Where is branch 1 VS1? Branch 1 VS2, let's say. So IP, route, OMP. So here you can see 192.168.20.1. Guys, for this network, TLOC is this one. System IP 7.7, color base internet and encapsulation protocol IPsec. We have TLOC of VS2, right? Now I need what? IP address, private IP address and public IP address for this particular TLOC. So what command I will use? I will use so OMP TLOCs and find the TLOC of 7.7.7. Yes, here it is. Color is base internet, encapsulation protocol is IPsec. Now this device can establish IPsec tunnel, right? And from where it is learning? From vSmart, right? The status is chosen, install and resolved. And here is the IP address, public IP address 101.1.4.1, which is the public IP address of this vEdge, right? So this public IP address will be reachable from here directly, so it can forward traffic to branch 2. In the same way, branch 2 can send traffic to branch 1, and this is how these two sites are able to communicate. Now let me configure very quickly branch 3. So branch 3 VS, here I have branch 3 vEdge. I'm going to configure VPN 0 here first, VPN 10. So say VPN 10, I'm going to add interface D0/2, say no cert, and the IP address will be 10.10.3.1/24, and no cert is done. Now we need to enable OSPF here. So router OSPF area 0 and interface GE 0/2. Then router. Then guys, router, where I have configured it, VPN 10, that is fine. Okay, exit. Now we need to redistribute OMP here. So router, I'm still under router OSPF. So here you will run this command, router OSPF redistribute and OMP protocol. Now let's commit. Commit done. Now let me take you to internal router of branch 3. 2. And I think I have not saved the configuration of branch 2. Branch 2 router, right, done. Config T, host name, here I am going to configure BR3 vEdge. Then interface, loopback 1, IP address 192.168.30.1.255.255.255.0 and interface loopback 2, IP address is going to be 31.1. (192.168.31.1) loopback 3, IP address 192.168.32.1 and interface F0/0 no set and IP address 10.10.3. Yes, Arun, do you want to speak something?
Yes, actually, there was a person in the group asking for the class, and I was checking whether the class has started yet or not.
Yeah, class is
But
going
it
on, and I have already shared the link in
Uh,
group now.
yeah, sir, I mean, someone let me got in already. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
255.255.255.0 IP OSPF 1 area 0. I have enabled OSPF here, and let me enable OSPF on all the loopback interfaces. So interface range loopback 1, 2, 3 IP OSPF 1 area 0 and IP OSPF network 1. Now see here we have OSPF neighborship, so IP OSPF neighbor and so IP route OSPF. See, I am learning all the prefixes of DC branch 1 and branch 2. These are the prefixes of branch 1, these are the prefixes of branch 2, and these are the prefixes of DC data center. So that's why in first class I told you guys, look at the IP addressing very carefully, right? So you should have knowledge about these prefixes, like these are the prefixes of branch 1, these are the prefixes of branch 2, and these are the prefixes of branch 3. Now I am going to write the configuration, and let me configure side 4. So branch 4 vEdge, here I have branch 4 vEdge, config T. Here I have 2 link, but first I am going to configure GE0/2. So VPN 10 and interface GE0/2, no set and IP address 10.10.4.1/24. Exit router OSPF area 0 and interface GE0/2. Then exit and exit. Then router, again router OSPF redistribute OMP. See, we are not redistributing OSPF into OMP, right guys? That is automatically redistributed. We are only redistributing OMP into OSPF. Later we'll configure BGP also here between WAN edge devices and internal router. Now we are done with the OSPF configuration. Let's commit, and let's configure the internal router, this one. Enable config T, interface loopback 1, IP address here 192.168.30.1 40.1.255.255.255.0 and loop back to IP address is 41.1 and loop back 3 IP address is 42.1. Then exit interface F0/0 is connected with GE0/2 of vEdge. So say no set here and IP address 10.10.4.10.255.255.255.0 and IP OSPF 1 area 0. Even between vEdge devices and your internal router, you can change the OSPF network type. Network type should be point to point here. By default, network type is broadcast. Right? Like here in branch 1, network type should be broadcast because I have one switch. Now you can see we have OSPF neighborship here. Right? So let's write the configuration and let's verify the routing table. So IP route OSPF. You can see guys, here also I am learning all the prefixes. Done. All are clear. Now these all sites are able to communicate with each other except headquarter. Any question till here guys? Otherwise now I am going to configure MPLS link.
Hi PM. Could you please explain one more time a little bit? You said for branch 1 it will be broadcast or OSPF, but
Network
branch
type is by default here. See, between vEdge devices and your internal router. Here network type is what? Broadcast. So
Right.
we can change the network type. If you will configure network type point to point, OSPF convergence is going to be faster than the broadcast. So between two routers, between point to point, network type should be always what? Point to point. On point to point link or on serial link or whenever we are connected R1 and R2. So here OSPF network type should be P2P only, right? But by default, network type on Ethernet link is broadcast, you know.
Right.
So we can change
Got
it.
it. Okay.
We'll change it later, right? Here network type must be broadcast only because here I am using one switch. Why I have this design here? Because guys, later I will configure VRRP here, right? For the redundancy between when is 1 and when is 2, I will configure the VRRP. Like let's suppose there is one user connected through this switch, right? So what will be the gateway IP address for this user? It can be this IP address, also this IP address, right? So whenever you have more than one gateway, what you are doing, you are creating one virtual gateway IP address with the help of HSRP or GLBP or VRRP. In SD-WAN we have only VRRP. So that's why I have this design here. Can I configure now MPLS link? Before integrating the MPLS, see, MPLS is guys private transport. This is a private transport. So that's why here I am using private IP address. Definitely you have to configure any routing protocol here. Like you have to advertise this subnet, this subnet, this subnet, this subnet to this router and this to your vEdge devices. So how you will advertise? I can configure BGP between vEdge device and MPLS. I can configure OSPF. So you tell me which protocol you want to configure here. Here. Just for reachability. Requirement is all vEdge devices should be reachable to these controllers through MPLS also. So that whenever internet will goes down, or in most of the scenario, even in all scenario, MPLS is going to be our primary transportation. Internet is going to be backup transportation. Through MPLS, we will be forwarding all critical traffic, right? Like if side 1 and side 2 want to communicate with each other. So we'll always want they should communicate via MPLS. By default, it will be performing load balancing. It will be using both. Right? Leave those configuration, we'll see that later. For now, tell me which routing protocol you want to configure between WAN edge devices and MPLS router. BGP.
So we have BGP, yes, sir. BGP.
Okay, let's configure BGP here. So I will start configuration from this device. First I am going to configure BGP here, right? So guys, let's say MPLS, on the MPLS router I will configure BGP ES number 200, and on all WAN edge devices and this switch I will configure BGP ES number 100. Okay, you can configure iBGP also. So let me close these all console for now. Okay, great. Now let me access this switch. On this switch, first of all, I think IP address is already running on E1/1. So IP interface brief. E1/1. E1 not configured. So let me configure IP. Interface E1/1, no switch port, and IP address 10.1.1.1.255.255.255.0. Then a router BGP ES number 100 and neighbor. On MPLS router I am going to configure .2. So neighbor is going to be 10.1.1.2 and remote ES of neighbor is going to be, guys, 200. Done. And in BGP I am going to advertise this network, this subnet, right? So from here I will advertise to MPLS this subnet, and MPLS router is going to advertise to WAN edge devices. So all WAN edge devices can reach to controller through MPLS also. This is our motive agenda. So here let me use network command, network 100.1.1.0 and mask 255.255.255.0 and write the configuration. Right. So IP BGP, in BGP table you can see it have installed this prefix, but so IP BGP summary. Now we don't have any neighbor. This neighbor is idle. So let's access the MPLS router and let me enable BGP here. No. Enable config T, host name, I'm saying MPLS. Then interface F0/0 is connected with switch, so no set, and IP address 10.1.1.2.255.255.255.0. Then a router BGP ES number 200 and neighbor 10.1.1.1, remote ES is 100. Now I am expecting BGP neighborship between switch and MPLS router. So do so IP BGP summary. So yes guys, we have neighborship and you can see this MPLS router is receiving one prefix through BGP, right? So IP BGP. In BGP table you can see this subnet. Now let's configure IP on other interfaces. Interface F1/0. 1/0 is connected with branch 1 vs1, right? So IP address 10.1.2.2 255.255.255.0 and no set. Exit. Interface F2/0, say no set here, and IP address 10.1.3.2 255.255.255.0 and no set. Exit. Interface F3/0, no set, and IP address 10.1.4.2 255.255.255.0. Exit. Interface sorry, 3.0 na? Yeah, correct. 3.0, then 4.0. 4.0 is connected with branch 3 WAN is F/0, no cert and IP address 10.1.5.2 255.255.255.0. Exit interface F5/0 is connected with branch 4, no cert and IP address 10. Here I will use, let's say, 6.0 I am running here, so let me use 7.0. So 10.1.7.2 255.255.255.0, no cert and interface F6/0 6/0, which is connected with CSR router. Here also I am going to configure IP address 10.1.7.2 255.255.255.0. IP address is overlapping. Sorry, here 6.0. Done. Let's write the configuration. IP configuration is done. So IP interface brief. You can see on all the interfaces I have configured the IP address, and guys, here I have used this subnet 7.0. 7.0. Done. Now let me run BGP neighbor command over here. On MPLS router I am not going to advertise any prefixes in BGP. So config T router BGP S number 200 and neighbor 10.1.2.1 and remote AS of this neighbor. This is one of branch 100, right? Same command I need to run for VS 2 of branch 1 also. So 3, then 4 branch 2 NH 4.1, then 5.1 for branch 3 NH, then 6.1 for headquarter. For headquarter you can see, and 7.14 guys, site branch 4 7.1. Done. Now let me write the configuration. Now let me access this vEdge device. I am going to close the MPLS router because I am not going to configure now anything here. Once I will enable BGP on this vEdge, automatically we will have BGP neighborship. So let me access this vEdge and admin config T, and this interface will be in which VPN guys? In VPN 0 only, right? This is connected with WAN transport. So all the interfaces of SD-WAN devices which are connected with underlay network will be always in VPN 0. Always keep in mind this point. So VPN 0 and interface GE 0/1, right? 0/1 is connected with MPLS. Say no cert here, no cert, and IP address. IP address will be 10.1.2.1/24. This interface will be also configured as tunnel interface. Here also I am going to allow all services and SSH also and netcoff also. Then do I need to configure default route here? No. Towards MPLS will not configure the default route. Here I can define the encapsulation protocol, which is by default IPsec. Encapsulation IPsec. I can define the color, which will be MPLS. And then we can configure restriction as well, restrict, right? So that MPLS will not try to establish IPsec with color BIS internet. Otherwise, BIS internet and MPLS will also try to establish IPsec. Because guys, SD-WAN is establishing IPsec with TLOC only. right? So if one WAN edge device have two TLOC, definitely it will try to establish IPsec with both the TLOC. So that's why here I have configure restrict, right? Now we need to enable what? BGP here. So router BGP, ES number 100, and then guys, here we can define the neighbor IP, neighbor 10.1.2.10.1.2.2 I think, right? And then we can define the remote ES of neighbor, remote ES 200. That's it. Update source loopback 1, these commands are not required here. Address family not required. Now commit it. After the commit, I am expecting BGP neighborship between MPLS router and this WAN edge device. So IP, or I can check it on MPLS router also. Yes, now you can see the new neighbor. So IP BGP summary. Two neighbor are up, right? On WAN edge device also, here I don't have log message, so BGP neighbor 10.1.2.2 and so IP route BGP. You can see it is not learning any prefix from BGP, it should learn this prefix, right? 100 prefix. So can this WAN edge reach two controllers through MPLS? Until and unless we don't have route, it cannot reach, right? So IP route BGP, no entry found. Can anyone tell me how I will get these prefixes through BGP via MPLS over here? Okay, just think, if you have the knowledge of OSPF, BGP, right? If you don't know the BGP, then first configure OSPF, whatever protocol you know better way. So you should configure that protocol only between MPLS and WAN edge device. Why I am not getting prefixes? So BGP summary. So neighbor is up, established. So IP so BGP route, no entry. So BGP and how to check BGP table? This 100 prefixes should be there in the routing table of this device through BGP. Okay, first of all, let me establish the BGP session between all WAN edge devices and MPLS. Okay, so let me access branch to vEdge. Now tell me how to configure BGP here. I want to establish BGP session between MPLS and this WAN edge. In which VPN I will configure interface D0 by 1, guys.
It's in the overlay network, right? VPN 10.
Zero by one
VPN
interface is connected with underlay network. You can see.
0.
Yes, very good. VPN 0.
Transporter is always been
Yes,
VPN 0.
VPN 0. So VPN 0, then interface GE 0 by 1. Then no set and IP address 10.1.3.2/24. After that router BGP AS number 100, neighbor 10.1.3. Sorry, here IP address is going to be not 2, IP will be 1 here. Let me correct it. Three dot one. Sorry, VPN 0, and then router BGP AS number 100 and neighbor 10.1.3.2 and remote AS 100. Anything else? Not required. Commit. Do so IP, do so BGP summary. Neighbor is idle, soon it will established. But do ping 10.1.3.2. Yeah, I'm able to ping the MPLS router. Getting notification message here. 10.1.3.1 IP before unicast. Receive from the session, close session. So IP BGP summary. This neighbor is idle. There is some misconfiguration. Do so run VPN 0. In VPN 0, I have two interface. 0/. Yes, Gajanan, please speak. Okay, remote ES. Remote ES will be not 100. Remote ES is going to be, guys, 200. So exit, and I am going to remove this command. Say no to this command, and let me add this command again and say this time neighbor 200 and commit done. Do so fine and do so BGP summary. Still neighbor is idle here. do so run VPN 0 router BGP number 100 neighbor 10.1.3.2 correct, no set, and remote ES is 200 correct, interface G0/1, IP address 10.1.3.1/24 correct, interface is no set. We should have done. So earlier command was mistake, remote ES was incorrect, and after that it was taking some time. Now this WAN is like branch 2 NH. So branch 1 VS1 and VS2 both have BGP neighborship. Branch 1 V1 VS also here also. So IP BGP summary here also the neighborship is established. Fine. Now let me access this vEdge. Admin config VPN 0 interface G0/1 no set, IP address 10.1.4.1/24 exit VPN 0 router BGP 100 and neighbor 10.1.4.2 and remote ES is 200, and let's commit and do so BGP summary. Done. Establish. Now let me take you to this vEdge. VPN 0 interface G0/1 no set, IP address 10.1.7.1/24 and exit, and router BGP 100 and neighbor 10.1.7.2 and remote ES is 200. Let's commit. So BGP summary, wait for some time, open sent, establish. See guys, here in the DC I have only one link, right? So either I can configure color here what BIS internet, or I can configure MPLS. So if I will configure color BIS internet, then this WAN is going to establish IPsec tunnel over internet with all the WAN devices, not MPLS. If you want to establish IPsec over MPLS also, what you can do, you can add one more link here, right? And on this link I can configure color BIS internet, and on this link I can configure color MPLS. Yes or no? Otherwise, all the devices, all the WAN devices will have only one IPsec with DC vEdge, right? And on all the WAN devices, I have not configured color MPLS. So color is default. Let's start from branch 1 VS1 VPN 0 and then interface G0 by 1, tunnel interface and color. Here I am going to configure color MPLS and restrict, right? Let me commit it. Then branch 1 vEdge2 config T VPN 0 interface G0 by 1, tunnel interface, color MPLS and restrict and commit. What happened? Tunnel interface, color MPLS restrict. What it's saying? Too few VPN 0 interface G0/0 tunnel interface encapsulation is not defined. So encapsulation IPsec and then commit. Done. Here also I think I had already defined the encapsulation protocol. On branch 2 vEdge, branch 2 VS, exit, I am under VPN 0 interface GE0 by 1, encapsulation, tunnel interface, encapsulation IPsec and color MPLS, restrict, commit. Then branch 3 vEdge, where I have branch 3 vEdge. Here I have not configured MPLS BGP. I think here we didn't configure BGP. So BGP summary. Yes, here we have not configured BGP. So VPN 0 interface GE0 by 1, no cert, IP address over here is 10.1.5.1/24. Then tunnel and encapsulation is going to be IPsec, and then color is going to be MPLS and then restrict also, and exit router BGP AS number 100 and neighbor 10.1.5.2 and remote AS is 200 and commit. Now so IP, so BGP summary connected. Soon it will establish the neighborship. Okay, I will come on it again. Till then, let me take you to branch 4 VS, and here also I am going to define the color VPN 0 interface G0 by 1, tunnel interface, encapsulation IPsec and color MPLS restrict, and then commit. Here neighborship is in connected state. This neighbor is only in active state. This neighbor, we have not configured CSR router, but why this neighbor is in active state? This one is also in idle. Which one? 10 dot hold on expire, send notification message. 10.1.1.1, which is my switch, that is fine. 10.1.2.1 with branch 1 vs1 we have still neighborship, but with branch 1 vs2 the neighborship is in active state. Ping 10.1.3.1. What happened? Now guys, here just take break of 5 minutes. After 5 minutes I will continue from here only. Okay, so stop watch for 5 minutes. Okay, till then if anyone have question you can ask also.
Sure, thank you.
Okay. So see guys, here on MPLS router we have some issue with BGP. So some neighbors are active and some neighbors are idle. Neighbor with 10.1.3.1 10.1.3.1 is idle, you can see, like between branch 1 VS 2 and MPLS router. So let me access branch 1 VS 2, and here see what happened after configuring color MPLS restriction and encapsulation IPsec. Do so run VPN 0. So from VPN 0, under VPN 0 we have still BGP configuration, neighbor IP correct, and on interface G0/1, this is my IP, interface external interface, color, you can see allow service all command, allow service SSH, allow service netconf is removed, and I think I have not added those command here. Allow service all, allow service netconf, and allow service SSH, commit, and again we will have BGP neighborship here. So BGP summary done, establish. Now let me take you to branch 2 vEdge 1, branch 2 vEdge 1, here it is. Here also this interface should be tunnel interface, sorry, yes, tunnel interface, and allow service all, allow service SSH, and allow service netconf, commit, commit done. Branch 3 vEdge, branch 3 vEdge here, config T, VPN 0, interface G0/1, tunnel interface, allow service all, allow service netconf, allow service SSH, and commit. Color should be MPLS, encapsulation should be IPsec, and these all services should be allowed there. So run VPN 0. So now you can see on 0, this is 0/0, on G0/1, the general configuration, encapsulation is IPsec, color is MPLS, all service and DSCP, DNS, ICMP, SSH, and netconf all are allowed. Done. Now let me take you finally here, and before that, here you can verify the BGP session. So BGP summary. So now we have again BGP established. Now let me take you to branch 4 vEdge. Sasi Ranjan, are you joining now? VPN.
Sorry, sorry, sir. Actually, today I am yesterday and today I am traveling, so I'm disconnected frequently, sir.
Okay. Color MPLS, encapsulation, IPsec, and allow service all, allow service SSH, and allow service netconf, and commit. Now I am expecting BGP neighborship between all the WAN edge devices and MPLS router. So let me take you to MPLS router once again, and here run command show IP BGP summary. So you can see except CSR router CS, we have the neighborship, right? And it is receiving one subnet from this neighbor. Why it is not advertising that subnet to other neighbors? Right here I can use command so IP BGP neighbor, and the neighbor IP address, let's say 10.1.2 dot let's say 1, and advertise prefix. So it is advertising this subnet 100.1.1.0/24. It is advertising to WAN edge devices. But on WAN edge devices, why we are not able to see route? Let me do one thing here. On branch 1 vEdge, I am going to guys down internet router for a moment. Let's shut down. I have turned off this router. Now on branch 1 vEdge, can I ping to 100.1.1.4 now? No, I am not able to ping. That means MPLS transportation is not working. Yes or no? Yes. MPLS transport is not working. Let me turn it on again. Even you can, or you should always verify the control connection, right? Like control connection is there or not. I am getting the TLOC of MPLS of all sides or not, right? Like on branch 1 vs, again I am able to ping, and so OMP TLOC. So see, are you getting any TLOC of MPLS? 4.4.4 biz internet, 5.5.5 biz internet, 6.6.6 biz internet, 7.7.7 biz internet, 8.8.8 biz internet. Getting the TLOC of all WAN edge devices through biz internet only. But question is, this is 5.5.5. Why 5.5.5 don't have TLOC for MPLS? 5.5.5.5. I don't have TLOC of MPLS. So what is the missing? Am I missing anything here?
Do we need to configure BGP server and client in the MPLS?
This is eBGP. See, here we have eBGP neighborship. Here also we have eBGP neighborship. So whenever this router will advertise this submit to MPLS, it is receiving from their eBGP, so it will advertise to other eBGP. That is the SP horizon rule in case of iBGP, R1, R2 and R3. If we have same autonomous system number running on all the routers, then when R1 will advertise some prefix to router 2 will not advertise to R3, because SP horizon rule is do not advertise the prefixes received from iBGP to other iBGP. But here we have eBGP. Here we have guys eBGP. So BGP, and here we have only these commands, routes, no entry font. BGP summary, neighbor is establish, and you can use neighbor command also here. Message sent, received, uptime, state, address family. Address family is IPv4 unicast. It should receive 100.1.1.0/24. Let's try one thing. Let me create one loopback on MPLS router and let's advertise that in BGP. Let me see it is advertising to WAN edge devices or not. Config T and interface loopback, let's say 100, and IP address 150.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Then exit router BGP 200, and here I am going to run network 150.1.1.0 mask 255.255.255.0. Now so IP BGP neighbor, this one advertise. So now it is advertising both submit, this one also and this one also. Let me take you to branch 1 VS1 again, and so IP BGP summary, so IP BGP route. It is receiving this submit 150.1.1.0/24. It is receiving. Now I am going to remove it because it's not required here. No, to this. Guys, what you will do before next class, you will configure BGP here in this scenario. R1, R2, R3. Here you will configure AS number 100, here also 100, and here you will configure 200, right? Then you can create one loopback here 10.1.1.0/24 and check that R3 is receiving this submit or not. Simply you can perform this lab in GNS3 until and unless you will not try these small things, because later I am going to configure BGP on all these WAN edge devices through templates. Right? So BGP and OSPF, these two routing protocols are very important routing protocols, very important. Everywhere we will be using, right? So whatever rules are there, like the TTL rule in case of eBGP, directly connected check rule, right? And the loop avoidance rule in case of iBGP, route reflector concept, how to configure it. Until unless you will not have knowledge about the configuration of these features through CLI, you cannot create the template here. You cannot create template. So that's why sometime I am using GNS3 for the traditional routing configuration as well, right? Like you can design this topology. This one. So who will tell me if I will configure BGP AS number 100 on router 1 and router 3? Here AS number 100, here AS number 100, and here AS number 200 on router number 2. And if I will advertise a subnet from router number 1, From router number 1, if I will advertise one subnet, that is 10.1.1.0/24. R1 will advertise R2, R2 will advertise to R3. Will it advertise? Yes. Will R3 accept? Will R2 modify the next hop? Will R2 modify the next hop, guys, when it will advertise 10 subnet to R3? So whenever a router BGP router is advertising prefixes their eBGP, it always modify the next hop address. It always modify the next hop address. Interface F0/0 no such, and IP address 12.1.1.255.255.255.0. Exit interface loopback 1. IP address 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Router BGP number 100. Neighbor 12.1.1.2. Remote ES is 200, and network 10.1.1.0. mask 255.255.255.0. So IP BGP done. Soon it will become best. On router number 2, config T, interface F0/0 no such, and IP address 12.1.1.2 255.255.255.0. Exit interface F1/0 no such, IP address 23.1.1.2 255.255.255.0. Exit router BGP number 200, and neighbor 12.1.1.1. remote ES of neighbor is 100, and one more neighbor 23.1.1.3, and remote ES is again 100. And so IP BGP you can see. So IP BGP summary. So this neighbor is up, and it is not receiving 10 subnet. It should receive 10 subnet from this neighbor from 12.1. This prefix is not best over here. So IP interface brief slash value should be 24. So run interface loopback 1. In BGP, whatever prefixes you are advertising, that prefix must be there in the local routing table with same subnet mask. So on loopback 1, I have same subnet. Then why it is not best here? Now it is best. Now on R2, so IP BGP. Yes, here also soon it will become best. Yes, now you can see. And so IP route BGP it have installed in routing table also. Now go to R3 and config T, interface F1/0 no shut, IP address 23.1.1.3 255.255.255.0, and router BGP number 100, and here I am going to say neighbor 23.1.1.2, and remote ES of neighbor is 200. Soon we will have BGP neighborship here. So IP BGP summary. Yes, you can see the log message also. Right? Receive prefix is 0. Now tell me why router 2 is not receiving prefix from R2. On R2 in the BGP table, in the routing table, in both the table you are able to see the 10 subnet, next hop 12.1, right? Even you can check it is advertising to neighbor or not, 23.1.1.3 and advertise route. So yes, it is advertising. On router number 3, so IP BGP neighbor 23.1.1.2 received route inbound router BGP is number 100, neighbor 23.1.1.2, and soft reconfiguration inbound. And now I can use this command here. So see, it is not receiving any prefix from the neighbor. So what is the concept of BGP, guys, here? What is this concept? Why I am not receiving? Tell me. TTL value. Hey, you guys don't know BGP? You said to configure BGP between MPLS and WAN devices. What is TTL value here?
One.
So let me do one thing. Let me down this loopback interface once on router number 1. 150 interface loopback 1. I am saying shutdown, and then again I am saying no shutdown. It will send update message. Here is the update message. Check. What is TTL value in the update message? One. Right. So this is the issue here. TTL value is 0 on R3. When R3 will receive the BGP update, TTL value will become 0. What is the solution? What is the solution? Router BGP is number 100 and eBGP multi-hop 2. And now on router number 3, not receiving. Any prefix. So IP BGP summary still 0. Do you want to configure multi-hop 2 here? For which neighbor? Neighbor 23.1.1.3 and eBGP multi-hop 2. 0. So what is this concept? You have to learn it, right? And then you will come with the solution, and after that I will implement that solution in SD-WAN. So I have shown you the issue. What is the issue? See, on router number 1 I have one subnet, and router 2 is advertising it. Even we can capture this link also to check the information in detail, and then we can break the neighbor once. Interface F1/0 say shutdown, so BGP neighbor symbol goes down, and then say no shutdown again. When BGP neighbor symbol come up, it will send the update message. If you want to see the update message, I can show you the update message as well here. So ARP is resolved, who is 23.3, tail to 23.1, BGP open message, keep alive message, notification message, SYN message, SYN ACK plus ACK, all the messages are exchanged, route refresh, and here is the update message. path attribute. This is the subnet 10.1.1.0. So router is sending, router 2 is sending. Router 2 is sending, and TTL value is also 2. And if you want to check the next hop IP address, so always whenever BGP router advertise before the eBGP, it always modify next hop. So next hop is 23.2, which is reachable from R2. But then also here you can see receive prefix from the neighbor is 0. So I have shown you everything, even solution is also in front of you. You only need to catch it. So configure the scenario by yourself, guys. Right? When you will tell the solution, then only I will implement over here. Right? So now our internet and MPLS, both transportation are up, but now when edge devices have not established any IPsec through MPLS. Reason, because when edge devices don't have TLOC of MPLS. Who will advertise TLOC? Oh, my VA Smart. And now VA Smart don't have any TLOC of MPLS from any WAN edge devices. So once there will be reachability, all WAN edge devices are going to advertise the TLOC of MPLS to VA Smart through OMP, and VA Smart is going to advertise to other WAN edge devices, and all WAN edge devices will establish IPsec through MPLS also. Okay, the next thing that will configure here is we will configure same thing, whatever thing we have configured now, right? We'll configure same thing through templates. BGP on 0/1 and default route on 0/1 and OSPF on all the LAN interfaces in VPN 0. Whatever configuration, after that system configuration. System configuration, VPN 0 configuration, interfaces configuration, BGP configuration and OSPF configuration. For these all types of configuration, I will create template on vManage. Common template, so that I can use same template for all the WAN edge devices. So, okay. Creating template is one-time work. One time I have to create the template, but after that I will be using that for lifetime. Whenever I will add new WAN edge device, I will add the WAN edge device. I will use that template. But here identify the issue first. I took the photo, I am sending it in your group. Router BGP number 100, and I am going to configure multi-hop 2 here also. 23.1.1.2 eBGP multi-hop. Any question, guys?
Sorry, a lab, hope lab is available. So can we try lab
Yes, now
in
see,
next week?
now you can create your topology and whatever things I have configured here, you can also practice. So let's discuss about the lab. What is the process?